Hello, hello, hello. Don't you love a good cup of tea? Gosh, I'm so British, aren't I? Gotta have a cup of tea. Got my big mug out. How are we all doing today? How are we? Welcome to my live. My name is Julie-Sian and I'm coming to you live from the UK. It's just after 6 o'clock on Tuesday, the 19th of September 2023. Following on from my live yesterday when I was saying it was the 9-9 portal, we do have another 9-9 portal the 27th of September. The 9-9 is all about phases and cycles, the ending of one phase and the starting of another. I'm just going to check that my comments work, but there is. Oh, hello, Colin. How are we doing? Yes. Now I think, Colin, you're a coffee drinker, if I can remember rightly from when we had our day out in Daisy. Got my mug of tea. Oh, good old cup of tea. The title today: Law of Attraction, one of the sub laws, law of inspired action. My action today was sleeping off a migraine. I've been up for about 10 minutes. My daughter came in from work and she said, how are you doing? And I went, self-imposed migraine. And he's like, better get up. So I thought, yeah. So another busy day, pub quiz tonight. And yes, coffee, not tea for me. I thought so. You see, I can remember. Sometimes it's the little things I do remember. She says, yeah, absolutely. I do drink coffee. And I love coffee. Oh, coffee cake. Yeah, I love coffee cake. I do like a good cup of coffee. But I'm one of those people who, and I talk about this, people having all their sugars and tea and stuff and give it up. And I have tried, the only time I can drink coffee without sugar, if it's black coffee. Sounds silly. But I do like my coffee, but I do like it sweetened, hence like a light coffee cake. I have tried cutting it down. This is going to make some people cringe, that when I used to drink my coffee, I used to have coffee first thing in the morning, but it was with 3 sugars. I knew, isn't that bad? And it was like, this is ridiculous. So I can't stand sweet tea, so I switched it over to tea in the morning. Yeah, because when we said yesterday, taking action and things, and today it's inspired action, law of attraction, inspired action. And it's like, well, I've got to take an action here to take care of my health. And having 3 sugars in a coffee in the morning is not good. And I was finding I'd get up in the morning. This is on the days when I used to do the treadmill, the 9 to 5. Well, actually, it was 8 till 4. But who's gonna? But we're talking about the 9 to 5 job. And I used to get up first thing in the morning, have my coffee with my 3 sugars. I'd get to work, have another coffee. As soon as I got there, another 3 sugars, and then coffee time. Oh, that's so 11 seals. That's 11 seals. That is so British. Yup, so British. I'd have another coffee with another 3 sugars. I mean, that was 9 teaspoons of sugar in the morning. That doesn't include where you get your sugar in all your other places, Oh, one of my favourite snacks. Oh, well, I mean, it's one of the best things. They had a coffee shop and they did these amazing scones with clotted cream and strawberry jam. And the scones were like, and the amount of clotted cream and the jam. I mean, it was just, and I'd have that nearly every day as well. So you can imagine having 9 teaspoons of sugar in the morning, even before noon, and in the afternoon we would have afternoon tea and jam scone. There was a scone and I would go, should we go get our scones? And we'd toot all off. And what we used to do is that, you toot all off. And it's just like, there was a girl who was a smoker. And we used to get really wound up because when you're a smoker, you're allowed to get like 10 minutes, oh, I've got to go and have my cigarette break. And they go off. And us who were non-smokers wouldn't do it. So we decided, and so we used to go, right, well, that girl's going off for her afternoon, her cigarette break. So we would say, boss would go, and she'd say, well, you disappear. And I'd go, well, we're literally, and we would literally listen. This coffee shop was literally a 2-minute walk from our office, maybe 3-minute walk. And so we would go in the afternoon, we'd go to the coffee shop, pick up our scone and come back, and we would actually eat the scone at our desk. So we would be gone literally 5 minutes. Less time than the smoker would be gone. And bearing in mind the smoker would go in the morning, at lunchtime, and they'd have about 4 breaks for their cigarette. So we worked out that this person, they were getting like an hour every day, 15-minute break for their cigarette. And the manager complained that we were taking 5 minutes out to go to the coffee shop and come back. And I went, okay. I said to her one afternoon, I said, I'm just going off my cigarette break. And she went, you don't smoke? I went, I'm going for my cigarette break. I'm entitled to have a break for my cigarette. And she looked at me and I went, yeah. So when this girl went for her afternoon break, I would go, right, she's off to get her cigarette break. I'm going off for my cigarette break. And they looked at me and I went, yeah, I'm going off for a smoke. However, I would disappear to the coffee shop and come back and go, that was a really nice cigarette. I smoked it really quickly. And they know me. And then I got, here's the scones. And the other girl, she would do that. She'd go, oh, Julie, I think I'll go for my afternoon cigarette break. So I go, all right, you off? And they go, yeah, but she doesn't smoke. I go, no, she's going for a cigarette break. And she would disappear and have her cigarette break, which would be 5 minutes. And she would go to the coffee shop, come back with the 2 scones, one for her and one for me. And then we'd sit there. We would be working, eating our cream scones. And I go, excuse me, manager, we'd like to point this out. This other girl, not that we've got anything about smokers, not a problem with smokers. We said she goes off and she has 4 breaks every day. And that's a 15-minute. And that is an hour break on top of her lunch break, as well as everything else. So I said, you know what? You can't penalise us smokers. So she went, well, you're not a smoker. I went, prove it. How do you know? I'm not actually going for my cigarette break. I'm going out at the same time as this other girl is. And, and she went, in the end, it's like, and I said, my cigarette break is quicker than her 15-minute break, and I only go, So she went, for goodness sake. And I went, well, this girl's getting an hour extra a day off. I went, she's going for an hour every day. And while she's out of the office having her cigarette, we're in covering her and doing all the stuff, sorts of things. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go and see her. And I said, you know what? I think I might start having a cigarette break. But you don't smoke. I went, oh, well, I'll go outside and I'll stand there outside in the cigarette thing. Not light up, but hold a cigarette. And I go, I'm on my cigarette break. You know what? Who used to piss us off? These people who would get a cigarette break, and they never had to make up the time. But not that I've got anything against it if they need to bring it and because they've got an addiction and they need to go for it. My friend and I were addicted to our cream scones. Hence the shape I'm in now. The compound effect. But then it was like, okay, this is really weird. I said, well, this is beyond a joke, because then I was having like these 9 teaspoons of sugar every day. Then we were having the scone. I mean, talk about the compound effect. And this is what happens, the compound. And it starts getting a habit. And I said to this girl, I said, enough is enough. I'm going to have to stop this, because I weighed myself and my skin was atrocious and stuff and whatever. So, hello Fiona, hello Lavender Moon, hello Colin. So I decided I've got to do something here. So I swapped back to having cups of tea. And in the morning, I would have cups of tea instead of my coffee. And I also said to my friend, I went, I can't keep having these scones. It's not doing me any good. And in theory, I shouldn't really, because I haven't got a gallbladder. And when you have your gallbladder removed, you should be really avoiding cream, curries and things like that. But I've been blessed that I've never really suffered too badly having my gallbladder out. I've been quite lucky, actually. Sometimes it plays up, but not having gallbladder, but yeah. So I then turned around and I said to this girl, I went, I'm eating too many scones. And she says, so we decided that we would then cut this down and just have it on a Friday. Once a week, our Friday treat. If we've been good all week, I said, if we've been good all week, we would treat ourselves to our scone. And as we cut it down, but it's like, you know, taking control and being responsible for life, and that's what we did. We took control. Well, she carried on with her coffee, and she kept saying, "Oh no," because she is a coffee drinker, or well, was then, and couldn't stand it. And she tried cutting down her coffee with her sugar. So I said, well, the best thing is we've cut out the cake 4 days a week. We're only having it on the 5th day. And then sometimes we'll go, oh, should we have something that's not so fattening like the... But these scones, oh my God, they were to die for. They were really good. And I am a partial to my cream tea. I do like it. I know when I went to Great Yarmouth with the grandchildren during the holidays, and Stacey took me to this, oh my God, this amazing cafe that I didn't know was there. I've been to Great Yarmouth quite a few times, and she took me to this coffee shop, and I walked in, oh my God, you know, talk about the chocolate eclairs. They weren't like this, they were like that. The cream cakes were like, I mean, they were absolutely, these cream cakes, they just, I mean, my God. I mean, people queuing up to go to this coffee shop. I didn't know how amazing it was. So it's like my new amazing. And she says, oh, yeah, have you never been? I went, no, I've never been to this coffee shop. I always went to the other one that was near the pier. This is further down. And it was the one, if anyone goes to Great Yarmouth and they want to know where it is, I'm not getting paid to advertise this place. And I can't remember the name of the place. However, if you go along the front of Great Yarmouth, there is a model village. And if you start at the pier, and you're walking along the seafront from the pier, heading down to the end where there's all the funfair. Halfway along is a little model village. The grandkids loved it. And right next to it is a coffee shop, but you don't really realise it's there. And it's like, and actually when you come out of the when you come out of the model railway, you come out the back, and you actually come through the coffee shop. So I think the coffee shop is to do with the little model village. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. So if you love your cream cakes and cream, oh my God, like I said, that is amazing. Not that I get any paid for advertising or anything, and like I said, I can't remember the name of the coffee shop, but if you're ever in Great Yarmouth looking for a coffee shop that does amazing cream cakes, cream teas, oh my gosh, the food was amazing. It's there. Okay, so like I said, so then I suddenly decided enough is enough. And as I've talked to before about the compound effect, you know, you do a little bit every day, a little bit, and it's like getting into a habit of doing things. You do a little bit every day, and then suddenly it becomes a habit. It's like when you're learning to clean your teeth. When you're a kid, oh, I've got to clean my teeth. Now you think nothing of it. It's part of your morning routine. Or I don't know. You get up in the morning, you clean your teeth. Last thing at night, you clean your teeth. You don't think about it. You just do it. It's now a subconscious habit. And this is when you start doing something and you start doing it and you're having to think about it. I've got to do this, got to do that, and ever. And it's like, you know, people say to me, what do you do in the morning? I said, I make myself a hot honey, lemon, ginger and cinnamon drink. I do that first thing every morning. And it used to be, oh, got to do this, got to do it. But now I just do it. Put the kettle on, grab all the stuff out the fridge, ding, 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 the oven's down, it's like 2 seconds. Actually, it's probably more than 2 seconds, probably a minute now. Squeeze the orange, cut up the ginger, or grate the ginger, put in the honey, there's my sweetness, but honey's good for you. Sprinkle in my cinnamon, stir it all together. There's my honey, lemon, ginger and cinnamon drink. Usually it's done by the time the kettle's boiled. Then my daughter is around, I make her a cup of tea at the same time as I'm doing my hot honey, lemon, ginger. But it's now, I don't really think about it. I just do it. And this is what you do with things, and it becomes a habit, and it was becoming a habit, and then it's like breaking, but you're having to concentrate on this, and it is becoming a mindfulness. And I was like talking about when you go food shopping, if I say to people, you know, they want to, I was talking yesterday about when I did this post, when I asked people what were the 2 things that they wanted to change. What 2 things would you change, and if you could? And virtually about 98%, 99% people put health and money. health, and they just change from health. I want to get healthy, I want to healthy, or whatever it is, but it was all health, and most of it was financial freedom. You know, I want more money, I want money, I want money, so it's financial freedom. Those were the two things. And you can actually start working on it now. And I was saying yesterday about if you really do it, and say you're the main shopper in the house and you want to kick the unhealthy stuff, then don't buy it. But then if you say, well, I've got family who like the biscuits, well, you know what? You don't have to eat it. You can choose not to eat it. You can choose to buy a box of grapes and a packet of biscuits, and you can put the biscuits in the box for the kids or the family or whoever it is, and then you got the grapes. And every time you think you want something, instead of going to the box which has got the biscuits in, which is labelled up kids or your partner's name or whatever, you don't go into that box. You open your box, which is the fridge, which is where the grapes are kept, all but you may have it out. I keep mine in the fridge. But other people, because I'm one of those people, open the fridge, oh, what can I eat? What can I eat? My grapes are there, my strawberries are there, they have it done there, etc. like that. But now it's become a habit. It's like, oh, I think I'm hungry, what should I have to eat? Or go in, and it's like that. But it starts, you have to think about it. Now automatically, I used to go down in the supermarket I go to, and they've got the aisle, got the sweets and the crisps. I actually went the other day. I don't actually go down that aisle. I very rarely go down the aisle. Occasionally I have to go down it because it's at the top end. They have the teas and coffees, and it's like, oh, I want my peppermint tea, or I run out my chamomile tea. So I do go down that aisle for that, or I need my honey. For some reason, they put in this one, they've got their teas, coffees, and they got the jams and the honey. And then they've got the sweets and the crisps and things. I don't know how they design it. So yes, occasionally I do go down that aisle. But now I just go pick up my chamomile tea or whatever, pick up the honey, and then I just walk past. Now I used to go, ooh, that sweet looks nice. I've got a habit now. We don't go down that aisle. Like I said, the only time I go down that aisle is if I need the tea and coffee. Otherwise, any other time, I do not go down that aisle. I avoid that aisle, otherwise I get tempted. The most annoying thing, I walk into my supermarket and the first thing you see, the very first thing you see is the cakes. The cakes. That's the very first thing you see. You walk in and they often have, and they're starting to bring it, they've got a thing where their special offers at Easter, they have all their Easter eggs, and of course the Christmassy things are starting. Yes, that word! That Christmassy stuff is starting to appear in the thing. So you come in, got their special offers. Normally it's cake or there's alcohol. Actually, this week when I went there, it was all alcohol and stuff. Before you do that. But the very first thing you walk in, there are the croissants, the donuts, the cinnamon wheels, the things. And it's there, and you're hit with this smell. Why is it there? And this is a marketing trick. Even when you go into Tesco's and places like that, and their bakery is not by the front door, you are normally met by the smell of fresh bread. Why? The smell of fresh baked bread is an appetite stimulant. And when you are hungry, you buy more food. Okay, it's a known thing because, you're hungry, I need food, and you buy all these things. And it is a known fact that they pump this artificial smell in. So the first thing you do is smell that sort of bread and that food smell. It's the similar, because I've often said to people, do not go shopping when you're hungry. Don't go shopping when you're hungry, because that's when you're tempted to do some more. So it's little tips like that. But they do that. It's a marketing ploy. And like I said, this shop I go to, the very first thing, as soon as you walk through the doors, you see them. It's going, oh, buy me. But now I walk past it, and right next to it is the fruit and veg. So what I now do, and they actually have at the end of their fruit and veg, is their special offer of fruit and veg. So what I do is I walk in, see the donuts, see the croissants, and go, oh, they look good. And I go, oh, I wonder what the veg is on offer. And then I look at the veg, and it's like, oh, look at those cakes. However, it's now become a habit. Now, when I first started, he'd be like, ooh, I wonder what cakes there are. But it's this, law of attraction. Buy me, oh, buy me. But it's breaking this habit. And this is what it was all about yesterday, the 9-9 portal. It's coming to the end of one thing, coming to the actual phases and cycles. It's the end of something. And there's quite a lot of people going, on to this. And it's like I was saying, I've come to an end of a phase. My tarot group, I'm closing literally. I've done posting today, but tomorrow I am closing it. Why? Because it's come to the end of it. There's a number of reasons. It's very time consuming. This is one of the main things. It's very, very time consuming for what I get out of it. And it's like, it's not sparking joy. Now, if anyone knows, there's a program I've been watching on Netflix. It's called Sparking Joy with Marie Kondo. I don't know if you know it. She's a Japanese girl. And she goes around and she declutters your house. Well, you have to do it yourself. And everything she wants, it goes, does it spark joy? Does this jumper spark joy anymore? Well, but does it spark joy? No, get rid of it. Anything under that. So everything sparks joy. And it's this, if you want a joyful life, a life full of abundance, survivor, joy. Joy is a certain store beginning with an A does that. Yeah, this one is one that starts with an L. I think there's two that does that. Yeah, that other shop does it as well. Because I went into that one because I was in B&Q yesterday having to buy a toilets plunger. Oh, exciting stuff. The things one has to buy. And we have a B&Q. Oh, our shop's also included. And right next to that is another shop. It begins with an A. It's only got 4 letters. No, the other one. And they too have got it as well. They do it. But it's because it's to stimulate you. The smell of bread. That's why when you go to posh restaurants, they bring you a bread roll. Because the smell of bread, especially if they bring it warm, that is stimulating you to eat more. Okay? That's why they bring you. It's what to bring you bread roll. It's to stimulate you to eat more. Because it's that smell, it's stimulating your juices. So you go in and you see that and you go, ooh, and they're attracting all the sweet things, all the cakes. And I go and buy these looks nice, I'll go and buy the biscuits and stuff. And they encourage you to buy all the unhealthy stuff. On offer, buy 3 donuts, get a 4th one free. Yeah, why not indeed? Okay, they're attracting you in. They're attracting you in to buy the goods. How many people... Me too. You go in, I'm just going in for the butter. And you come out with 20 other things. Yeah, we all do that. They do that. It's clever, isn't it? Like I said, don't go shopping when you're hungry. And it's a habit. Now it's a habit that we just walk past it. Occasionally when I'm with my daughter, she'll go, because she likes her sandwiches, she'll say, oh, look, they've got some fresh baked bread. And we will buy, like, they do nice tiger bread there. Their tiger bread's quite nice. And they've got another loaf. Can't remember what it is. They do a really nice granary bread as well. So occasionally we will look at the bread bit. Excuse me. But it's the taking action. And it's like making that decision. The reason why, and when your reason why is strong enough, and this is like I said, when I was doing my 9-to-5 job, the reason why I said, enough is enough. I'm putting on too much weight. It's not doing me any good eating, like I said, 9 teaspoons of sugar before 12 noon. Not good. Not good at all. Plus that jam scone. Not good. I always make sure I have something to eat before food shopping. Yeah, absolutely. That's true. That's what you should do. You should never go food shopping on an empty tummy. That's why when you pump into these shops, that you smell the food, because it's like, it's encouraging you. Good, encourage you. So who have we got here? Make your one day today, not tomorrow. Make that first. Yeah, today, your one day. One day I'm going to do that. Today is your day one. Absolutely, that's right. Hope you're all good. Yeah, Fiona's here, etc., etc. So this ending and new beginnings, because it's like, does my group spark joy? It was actually getting a bit of a nuisance. I mean, I love doing it. I love because all the posts I'll be sharing, I read them all as well. It's like, oh, that's quite inspirational. However, how many of you have had a reading, enjoyed the reading, and then done nothing with it? Yeah, that reading resonates with me. Yeah, it resonates with me. Are you going to do anything with it? Next day, oh, that reading resonates, but you don't do anything with it. And this group, I've been running it for a while. Oh, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years, a long time actually. I've been running this group, but it's like now getting a bit of a, got to post again, getting up in the morning, doing the morning posting, sharing and this, that and the other. And it's like, this is getting a bit too much, and the joy had gone out of it. Yes, I still love my readings, I still enjoy it, but it's just like, enough is enough, because it's now getting a bit of a pain and the joy has gone. And like I said, this girl Marie Kondo, she's from Japan, it's on Netflix, other channels also, she might be on other channels, but I've been watching it, and it's like she goes around and sparking joy, and it's like, does it spark joy? And this is what I'm doing, is what is sparking joy in my life, and taking that decision that, you know, why am I doing these things? It's to my detriment. And I've spoken to this before to people again, you know, why are you doing this to your pain? Why are you making yourself go out with people when you don't really want to do it? Because you're trying to please them to your own detriment. And it's like, why am I doing this? This is to my detriment. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not in, you know, it's just like, and it's getting a bit of a pain sharing it and things like that. So it's just like, what am I doing to my own detriment? And yes, I think people in that group may enjoy the cards that I'm posting, and I do have a few people who go quite regularly every day. Oh, thank you, Julie, this resonates. But the thing is, like I said yesterday, unless you're actually willing now to take action, and it just goes, oh, it resonates with me, that information, yeah, I need to do this, but are you doing it? Are you actually doing it? And the answer is no, you're not. And it's like getting frustrated, and it's like, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying, because I'm getting frustrated. And the trouble is, it's a reflection of me. It's a reflection of myself. Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Because you reflect out what you're coming in. You attract what you're coming in. And it's like, no, I'm making a decision of, I'm actually only going to be doing things that I enjoy. And when I'm doing things that I enjoy, that raises your vibration. And when you're working in a place that is not enjoying your vibration, and it's getting a pain in the backside, and I'm not enjoying it, my energy of not enjoying it is going to be going into those posts. It's going to go into the energy of that. And it's just like, no. Been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. And I've loved the group and I love the energy, but I've noticed it's going like this. But I've noticed this with everything on Facebook. The energy on Facebook, it's just not there. It used to be when lockdown was there, and it was really, really big. But I think most people realise that Facebook is dying a death. Sorry, I've got a runny nose. So it's like, you know, flogging a dead horse here. So it's just like, but it's taking my joy out. And it's like, yeah, why am I doing these things that it's not enjoying? Why am I living in this society? Why I'm doing this? Why I'm doing that? And, you know, stripping it back. And this is what happened yesterday with the 9-9 portal. It's phases and cycles. It's come to the end. Now I'm starting again. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc., etc. And it's starting off a new cycle, trying to decide where I want to go, what I want to do with the new cycle. But instead of starting a new cycle, you mean have to let go of other things, letting go of old habits, starting a new habit, etc., like that. And with the law of attraction, I've spoken about this before. The law of attraction, people go, why isn't it working? And I talked about this. Why? Because the law of attraction is one of it's one of the laws of the universe. The law of the universe is like an orange, and the orange is made up of different segments. And in that segment, you've got the law of cause and effect. You've got the law of polarity. We love the law of polarity, don't we, Lavender Moon? And there's the law of attraction. And so these make up the main orange of the laws of the universe. But then you've got, so that's like the big orange, but then you've got the little Satsuma, that little segment of the law of attraction. That law of attraction, now you've got this little tangerine, is made up of 7 sub-laws. And this law of attraction is one of the sub-laws. One of them is like the law of manifestation, and another one is the law of inspired action. The law of inspired, the word attraction, if you look at the law of the word attraction, I love the law of polarity, love it. And it's like, and maybe I'll talk about the law of polarity next week, maybe, I don't know. But this law of attraction, the word attraction, act and action. You know, if you want it to work, look at the word. It's made up of it. Here it is. Here's the word. What is in the word? There is the word. Act. Action. The law of action. Okay? It's made it up of it. It means you have to do it. In order for this law of, you're working with the law of action, you need to work with it. It's no good. I've talked about this before. You know, you see this feather. Oh, I've got 1,000 white feathers from my angels. They go, yay. They're telling you they're there. And it's great to know, but are you actually working with your angels? Are you listening to the guidance? Are you taking the opportunities? Oh, you know, I'm fed up with my job. I hate my job. I'm really unhappy with my job. It's full of people bullying. I never get the promotion. I hate this job. Oh, you know, I really want something else. And then suddenly someone tells you there's a job going down the road. But you don't do anything about it. And the very angels are going boom, boom on their wings against the brick wall going, you wanting change? Well, showing the opportunities, but you're not taking the action to take this opportunity to move into another company, because quite clearly where you're at, you've hit a dead end. They're not going to give you any more. And this is why you're in a... And we're going, right, enough is enough of this job. Yes, you need to bring in money, but why not go and work for a company that respects you, a company that gives you the more money, the company that is closer to hand? No, the reason why you won't take the inspired action, because it's too much hard work. And it's the fear of rejection, massive fear of rejection. And this is why we don't take action. The fear of rejection, the fear that if I take out my CV and I apply for the job, I may not get an interview. Or if I go to the interview, I don't get the job. It's the fear of rejection, the fear of no, the fear of what happens, the fear of, and that's what it is. And you're instilled that fear from a young age. You know, that's not good enough. It won't be good enough for you. So you're thinking, oh, if I don't get it, yeah, I proved them wrong. So the fear of proving someone right, I won't go for it. The fear. But the thing is, I say to people, you had to go through that to get the job where you're at now. That job you're working in now, which you now hate, you now detest, it's now causing you stress and pain. Once upon a time, you actually had to apply for that job. You actually sent in your CV. You went for that interview, and then they gave you a job, and then you took the action of whether to go, yes, I'm going to take that job, or no. So you've actually done it before. You've applied for a job, and you've got it before. So this fear, but the fear is what happens, and it's the fear of rejection. So therefore, you fear this form of action. It comes from your subconscious mind, your ego going, oh, we don't want you to get rejected, so we're not going to send you for a job, etc., etc., etc. Because what happens if I fail and don't get it, then I'm still stuck here. We go, well, why not go for a job completely different? Yeah, I get to say, action brings attraction. Oh, well, you say it, action brings attraction. Absolutely, absolutely. Sorry, your it and action running together. So this is it. So this law of, excuse me, action inspired from a line thought, action, inspired action. Unless you take action, nothing's going to change. And this is where I'm doing myself, sorry. It's the tail end of a massive migraine and being in bed most of the afternoon, sleeping it off. I'm waking up slowly. And when you've got a cough, you're getting stuff off your chest. I'm getting things off my chest. I'm changing things. I'm taking inspired action. And I've decided that moving on, that I only want to work with people who are willing to take action as well. Because it's like working with people who, and for some reasons not, they're still listening, they're giving their excuses, the reasons why not, the reasons why they're not going for their dreams, the reason why, I want to have a healthy diet, and I go, I want a healthy living, so I say you eat, and I go, what about the shopping habits and things like that, and then the excuses come, well I don't, and I go, well, my daughter and I the other day, we're doing like a roast dinner, but I said to her, I don't want roast potatoes, not good for me, you know, all the fat, it's cooking in the fat. I'm going to cook a jacket potato. And she looked at me and I went, it's no problem. It's not a problem. When I was getting her potatoes ready, I put my potato my jacket potato in the microwave for 5 minutes while her potato was boiling. She goes, oh, I went, it's not too much difficult. And then I just bunged my jacket potato in the oven, and it was cooking at the same time as the chicken was doing. Yeah, we were having roast chicken dinner. No difference. So then she had, and I did her roast potatoes and stuff like that, and I said it was no difference. So I had my health, and I didn't even put butter on it. Woohoo! Woohoo! Can't believe it. She goes, no butter on your jacket potato. I went, yeah, it did taste a bit weird. Yes, I am a butter girl on my jacket potato. But I did that. So it's easy. It's this excuse. Oh, I can't cook 2 dinners. I didn't cook 2 dinners. We were still cooking the chicken. We still had all the veg. But all I did different is, instead of cooking enough potatoes for boiled potatoes for roast potatoes, I just did hers, and I had my potato as a jacket potato, much more healthy option. So this can't do, it's too much, I don't want to cook 2 different meals. That's just an excuse and a story, all right? If you're really wanting to do it and you're wanting to take inspired action, you have to start taking action, not the excuse. Giving the excuse is not inspired action. The excuse is an action to stop you from going forward. It's an inspired action to stop you from going forward. These excuses and the reasons why you're not doing things. But then you can flip it and go, you know what? I want to be inspired. You see this. Why is it that you want to be healthy? Why do you want to be healthy? Why? 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 All those people who said they wanted to be healthy. Why? And when this is what I'm talking about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when your why is so strong, then you will go, yeah, I'm going to do it. And you get inspired. Why? Because I want to be healthy, because, you know, I want to play with my grandchildren. I want to live until I'm 80. I don't want to die of a heart attack like my dad at 58. Okay? I don't want to do that. I want to go and climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I want to go and live by the sea and go for long walks along the beachfront. I want to go and live in Wales and live in the Welsh mountains and go up and walk on the top of Snowdon. I want to do, this is my why I want to do it, because, you know, I've got a health condition and I want to be in control of my health condition, not my health condition can be in control of me. Yes, I do have occasional limitations, but I'm learning to work around it. It's not in control of me, I'm in control of it. And this is why I want to be healthy, because I want to live longer to spend time with my grandchildren. Yes, I don't want, because my 2 kids never knew my dad. Never knew my dad. Never knew my dad. And that's really sad. And yes, my mother died when when Anna was 6. So things, but then I look at beautiful my grandchildren. They are actually got they've got their grandparents, and they've actually got a great grandparent as well. And I don't want my grandchildren growing up without grandparents. Now, my children did start off life, like I said, they had my ex's mum and dad, best in-laws ever, amazing in-laws. I was really blessed with amazing in-laws, and they did sort of know my mum. They, like I said, Henry knew mum for longer than Anna, but Anna had my mother. I think she died when Anna was about 6. When she died. So they did actually know briefly my mother. But on my side now, because my mum died, so they've grown up with only one set. But I'm blessed that my grandchildren are growing up, and I'm going to be here as long as I possibly can. So my grandchildren have knowledge and wisdom of yes, I may be a mad grandmother. I'm a nana, you know, nana, and we go out, we're going on an adventure with nana. Oh, what adventure are we going with Nana? Yes, I'm known as the adventurous Nana. What's Nana up to? Well, Nana's... Yes, Nana does this. I'm known as an adventurous Nana. I'm just going to pull this on. Yeah, okay. But this is one of the reasons why I want to be healthy, because I want to be around and I want to be a good role model to my children and my grandparents. So I'm taking inspired action. But because it's like, yeah, I want to be inspired to do this. I want to be inspired to be able to show people that they can achieve. But how can I show it? I have to walk the talk. In order to, I can't, you see all these people out there, you work with me and you achieve this, you achieve this, you achieve this. And it's just like, have you actually done it? Have you actually led an extraordinary life? And this is what I'm doing. I'm leading by example. I am walking the talk. You're all coming on my journey. You can see that me, yes, me, Julie, okay, I'm doing it. I'm leading the extraordinary life, and I'm showing you how you can lead the extraordinary life. But the only way you can do that is by taking action. And the inspired action is the inspiration to why you're taking the action. If you're not inspired to go for whatever it is, you're not going to take the action. So, when people say, oh, my law of attraction, I'm saying my affirmation, I'm putting up to the universe and I'm doing this and whatever. And I go, what's your mindset? Are you coming from a place of negative? I'm putting it out to the universe that I want all this money, I'm putting out. And I go, why? It's because I haven't got any. I've got no money, so I want more. Well, as soon as you say you've got no money and I want more, coming from that I've got no money, you're starting off your dream from a place of negativity. You're starting your dream on a place of a lack. I've got no money, and I want more money. I've got no money, so I want more money. Okay, you're starting off from the wrong place, because you're not going to get it, because the basis of what you want, I want more money, and I go, well, what do you want with the money? Why do you want this money? I want financial freedom. Okay, and what will you do with this financial freedom? Well, the financial freedom, and then I go, well, look where you are at the moment. Well, I go, no, let's change it. You have got money. And they look at me and I go, you do. Because if you didn't have any money, you would not be paying your rent. You would not be paying your bills. You wouldn't be paying your council tax. You do have money. Otherwise, you would not have a roof over your head. You do. So you've got to start going, you do have money. I have money. You've got money. And with the money you've got, you're using it to pay your rent. You're using it to buy your food. You're using it to buy your alcohol. What you want is you want extra. So if you start going, yes, I do have money, and you come from a place, yes, I have money, and the money I've got at the moment it's covering my rent. It's paying my gas and electricity, my water rates. It's paying my council tax. The money I've got at the moment. And then it's like, right. But then they go, well, and I go, yes, you do have money. But now what you're doing is, I'm thankful for the money. But what I'm wanting is, so I'm grateful because that money is paying my rent. So straight away, you've got to change that story. Because you're saying, if you're saying you haven't got any money, you're disrespecting the money that you've given to your rent, or your mortgage, or whatever it is. So you've got to learn to take this inspired action to flip it. You do have money. Otherwise, you would not be paying your rent. You would not be paying your gas. You would not. What you haven't got at the moment is an excess to do these extra things you want to do. You want this extra money to lead your extraordinary life. You have money at the moment that's leading you an ordinary life. So when you start saying, thank you for what I've got, I'm really grateful for the money I've got. I've got the money because it pays my bills. What I would like, so I'm grateful for that. Now my inspired action is to create extra money so I can lead an extraordinary life. And now, because you're saying, I'm thankful for that, I can pay my bills, so I have got money. And now I'm going to look at money and how I can bring in extra funds to lead my extraordinary money. Now, can you see straight away, taking this inspired action of looking from a different point of view, that suddenly you're grateful for what you've got now, which you can then start. So you're starting off from a place of gratitude. And I do have money. I do have money because I've got the money, because it enables me to pay my rent and my mortgage. It enables me to pay my water bill. It enables me to buy food. It enables me. So you have got money. So when you start all working from that, and I'm really grateful that this month I've managed to pay my mortgage or my rent, so thank you. So now you're starting off from a place of positivity and a great place of great gratitude. And then it's like, now I'm going to take inspired action to attract extra money, so I can lead my extra, because I've got money now that leaves me my ordinary life. But now I'm going to move into my extraordinary life, and to have the extraordinary money, a life, I need extraordinary finance, so I can be financially free to do my adventures. Okay, because when you want this amazing house, you still got to pay for your amazing house. You still got to pay the gas, the electricity, the water rates, and it doesn't matter whether you're living in your ordinary house or big house. My dream is to have this cottage. You're still going to have expenses in that cottage. It ain't going to be free. You're still going to pay the gas, the water. You're still going to buy your food. You're still got to buy everything else to go in that house that you're dreaming of. So you've still got those expenses. So I'm grateful for the expenses. Boom, boom, boom. And when you start working from that, and then it's like, right, now I'm going to be inspired in what action can I take that is extra to bring in this extra money, to bring in this adventure of money, so I can have that. So this is why it's expired, because when you're inspired to do something, I really want it, the inspired action, the reason why you want this is the reason. I'm now taking this inspired action, because I'm inspired to get the house. What action do I need to get that house? I'm really inspired, so I'm now going to be action. That's why it's inspired action. Does this make sense? Does what I'm talking about making sense for the last 50 minutes? So the Law of Attraction cards by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I'm going to pull some cards for people in a minute. You need to be over 18. If you're under 18, you need parental consent. If you're to have a card, you're not allowed to give legal, medical, financial advice or pregnancy advice, and it's for entertainment purposes only. If you choose to take it for any other reasons, then it's down to you or not down to me. However, I am going to take some cards, but unless you are ready to take action on the information, you're not going to have a card. Why? Because it's a waste of your energy and time. And this is why I'm saying to people from now on, I would love a card, please, and I'm slightly over 18. Yeah! Happy birthday for your 18th yesterday, Fiona. So Fiona was 18 now, so she can have a card without having to have parental consent. Sorry, Fiona. And you're beautiful. So yeah, but the thing is, like I'm saying to people now, how many of you have had readings? And I'm putting my hand up because I've had lots of readings in the past, loads and loads and loads of readings, and I've gone, yeah, that's great, that's really good, it resonates, it's really good, it's really good, thank you for that. Walked away and done fuck all about it, excuse my French, done nothing about it, and then wander away, and then life gets in the way. What a waste of money. Take action. Have a great evening, Colin. Sorry you didn't get around to having your card, but Colin is taking action. Colin is taking great action, and the life he's leading compared to this year to last year, because he's taken amazing action. Amazing action. So yeah, have her things. So if you're ready to take, well, Lavender Moon is taking amazing action. She's taken the action, the decision that she wants better health. And she's doing it. And yes, I confess, I haven't done a walk today because I've been in bed most of the day with this migraine. That's my excuse. But I was thinking that after I've done the walk to this live, I might actually get dressed and go out for 5 minutes to get some fresh air. That's what people do. A single card is just a party trick, right? Absolutely. But you can be inspired with the information. So this is what happens. They take a card reading. You spend, you know, £20, £30, £40, £50, however much money you spend on a reading, because it makes, you know, exchange of energy and etc, etc. I want the guidance. So you receive the guidance from the cards. On that, hand over your money, and then you walk away and you go, and then you don't do anything with that information. Yes, you have, Sally. You've done well. You've taken action. And there's another beautiful person. She's done amazing. She's applied for university. Sally's just over. She's like you, just over 18, and she's decided she's going to university. Age is just a number. And I love it. Taking this inspired action, because you decided you've got your end point, and it's inspiring you to take action. And this is what it's all about. And I've taken the decision now is I don't want people to waste their time and waste their money. And this is when I push the Pathfinder reading, because the Pathfinder reading isn't just a reading. The Pathfinder reading is giving you guidance, but it's not only is that, it tells you, or you discuss on how you can implement this guidance. How can I implement this guidance and take action? So this is what's so special about Pathfinders. So you don't just have a reading and go thank you, and then you go away, and then within an hour or so you've forgotten what's said. You don't want, and you go, yeah, I'll do that, and every day. But this is what's so good about the card things. So this one, action inspired from aligned thoughts is joyful action. So yes, when you are inspired, you take joyful action because it's giving you joy. And when life is giving you joy, joy is raising your vibration, and you get inspired to do it. So we've got Lavender Moon, Fiona and Sally, 3 beautiful people, all of who I know is taking taking action. So who are we going to do? Lavender Moon, Lavender Moon, Lavender Moon, Lavender Moon, Lavender Moon, Lavender Moon, Lavender Moon. Lavender Moon has I know who I really am. Lavender Moon is I know who I really am. And the reading is you are an extension of non-physical energy. Oh, I love this. You are indeed an extension of that which we are. We are known as teacher, and we are known as Abraham. And we are together because of our matching intentions and desire. Okay, I'll read that again. You are an extension of non-physical energy. You are indeed an extension of that which we are. Yeah, we are all of one. We are all of the universe. We are known as teacher, and we are known as Abraham. Abraham, this is called the teachings of Abraham. Abraham is like the universe, the God, the spirit, the who I am, etc, etc. And as we are together because of our matching intentions and desires, you are who you are. So if you want to be this healthy person, I know who I am. I am this healthy person. You are taking inspired action to become that. You are an extension of the universe. We all are. We are all one. I know who I really am. And when you discover who you really are, you then start allowing yourself to shine. You don't allow other people to hold you down. And if they don't want that, you don't let them have your power, because you go, well, this is who I am. And if you don't like who I am, that's your problem, not my problem. Because what is it about me that you don't like? It's rubbing you up the wrong way. I know who I really am. And Lavender Moon knows who she is, and she's shining her light brightly. So then we got the beautiful Fiona, who's just turned 18. So yes, you can have your card. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So we'll do Fiona, and then I'll do Sally. And then after Fiona, and then Sally, and anyone else who wants a card, let me know. So Fiona, Fiona. Oh, hang on, we'll take that one, Fiona. I don't know if you saw it, slipped out. I see myself enjoying absolute, continuing abundance. I see myself enjoying absolute, continuing abundance. And the card says, I choose absolence. Sorry, I'm going to read that again. I don't know who I am. And don't, yeah, I know. I'm twice 18 and a bit more. Join the Ever 18 Club. Okay, this is Lavender Moon. I'm going to read this again. I choose absolute and continuing abundance. For this is Fiona. This is Fiona. I choose absolute and continuing abundance, for I understand that there is no limit to the abundance in the universe. And so by my attracting abundance to myself, I am not limiting another. There is enough for everyone. The key is for each of us to see it and want it, and then we will each attract it. If every single person stood on the edge of the ocean and we all had a barrel, we all took that, there is enough water in the ocean for everyone to have a barrel, and there will still be an abundance left. Just because you are rich, it's not stopping anyone else becoming rich, because they can be rich as well. You know, you can have a car, someone else can have a car. Just because you've got a Ford, that doesn't mean that no one else can have a Ford Escort. There's lots of Ford Escorts, there's lots of Ferraris, there's lots of Rolls Royce. Well, I don't know, some of them are limited editions, but you can still buy a Porsche. A Porsche is a Porsche, you know, a Ford. I can't think of this, but you know, we've all got a home, just different types of homes. There is an abundance there. So just because, and then when people get jealous, oh, they've got the money, look at that rich person. Well, you can still go and get rich. You can still set up your own business. You can still do this extra money. There is an abundance there. And so it's stop being jealous of what other people have got, because you can get that. Just because, you know, there's lots of jobs of being a teacher. There's lots of jobs of being an accountant. There's lots of tarot readers around. Just because I'm a tarot reader doesn't mean that no one else can become a tarot reader. Other people can be a tarot reader. If you want to be an aromatherapist, there's lots of other people aromatherapy. Lots of people being coaches and mentors. You're not stopping anyone else. The abundance is there. So I see myself enjoying absolute, continuing abundance. Just because you got the abundance, that's not stopping anyone else from having the abundance. We should celebrate others and be absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And reason people are jealous is because they can't be bothered to put the work in. So, Sally, they can't be bothered to do the action as well. And they use the excuse, you know, I haven't got this. Oh, you don't know where I come from. You don't understand. You don't understand my... I know you can choose to have different commitments. You can choose to take on things. Right, so beautiful Sally, beautiful Sally, beautiful Sally. You're welcome, Fiona, and thank you for joining, and thank you for the support in my tarot group. It's just that as one phase ends in my life, another phase is starting. It's exciting, exciting, exciting. So yeah, so Sally, hang on, that's not right. Sally, that card didn't come out. I thought it was the card and it didn't come out properly. So, oh, there we are. There's Sally. There's your card. Oh, it's the same one. I'm going to read a different one for you because it's the same one as Lavender Moon. So maybe. Let's see that. Okay. Oh, God. Do you know what? That second one is Fiona's. So they both come out twice. No, I'm going to take this one. Right, I'm going to take this one. For Sally. So Sally, you got 3 cards because you got the same card as Lavender Moon, and you also get the same card as Fiona. So those are your 2 cards, Sally. Oh, you're getting 3 cards today. Abundance. You see, there's lots of cards, and that message is for everyone actually. So this is for Sally, her one. My life is unlimited in every respect. The only one who limits it is ourselves, with our false stories that people are telling us. The false stories and lies that other people are telling us. My life is unlimited in every respect. This is Sally. I recognise that I am unlimited in all facets of my life. I see my financial balance is unlimited, so nothing I am choosing is limited by money. For I know I am a magnet and I attract whatever levels of prosperity, health and relationships I choose. So you are a magnet. This is saying you're a magnet. So don't limit yourself. So this is when I say to people who are limited, go, oh, I want to win £1 million on the lottery. And they go, oh, I haven't won the lottery. And I went, yeah, because the lottery win this week was 2 million. But you're only wanting 1 million. So that's why you didn't win the lottery this week. And also you did not win it, but that's it. And it's like, you know, you put, don't limit it. Just go, I want an abundance of winning on the lottery. I want an abundance of finances. But don't just limit it, I want my money to come in the lottery. There's lots of different ways that money can come to you. And if you're just focusing, I want to win the lottery, you're cutting yourself off in all the other ways that money can come to you. Money could come to you by inheritance. So you could say, well, I only want, I want to win all the money on the lottery, and then someone dies and you suddenly go, why wasn't I in the will? Well, the universe said, well, you're only focusing on the lottery. That's why you're not going to get the money from the will. And then you complain about it. Oh, I was cut out of the will. Well, it's because the universe is saying, well, you only want your money to come from a lottery, but you're only saying I want £1 million. You have to wait until it's just exactly 1 million. But when you start saying, I want an abundance of money, prosperity, don't put a limit on it, and I'm open to receive it from all of it. I want abundance of health. The health can come from all different ways. The healthy mind, not having mental health, healthy mind, healthy body, healthy eating, healthy exercise, etc., etc. A healthy relationship. You can choose to work on your relationship with yourself and others. So when you start realizing that my life is unlimited in every respect, it's like, oh my God, there's an abundance everywhere. Is there anybody here who hasn't had a card and would like a card? I'll just slip my tea. Slurp my tea. 33 comments. We had 3 people and 33 comments, and it's an hour and 33 seconds. OMG, I love that. I was just going to grab my book. Oh, right, we've got Louise Hay. Just going to see what 33 says. Because I've just had 33 comments, 33 people, and it was an hour and 33 minutes. You have a strong and clear connection with one or more ascended masters who have answered your call and your prayers. You just seen me yesterday. Oh, yes! Love that. Keep talking to them as they're helping you with your present situation. This is a message to me. You just see me last night. I had my hands on my table tipping. I've got a little table that I do my table tipping with. Normally you need more people. I have actually managed to tip it working on my own, and I sat there last night talking to my angel spirit going, go on, give me evidence you're here, tip the table. Well, they didn't. Oh, something just flipped out then. They're doing other things, but then I've been having straight. And I tell you what, I dreamt of my mum. Was it last night or this morning? I don't know. I've been having all sorts of dreams. All the dreams have been coming up everywhere. Yeah. So I'll reread that. You have a strong and clear connection with one or more ascended masters who have answered your call and your prayers. To keep talking to them as they're helping you with your present situation. So I'm building up my guides again. I'm working with them because they're giving me guides and things. So all the 3s, I love it. So thank you. That was from Angel Numbers 101 from Doreen Virtue. Couldn't find my Carl Gray one. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. I hope this made sense to you. Tomorrow is Wednesday, Fairy Wednesday, working with some spirit guides. Not sure which spirit guides we're going to work with tomorrow. Interesting, because they said you're working with your ascended masters, and it's Fairy Wednesday, so let's do some work with our spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, gods, goddesses, whoever you want to work with, native spirit guides, Tibetan monks, Incas guides, Inuit, whoever. So that's what tomorrow is, Wednesday. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for anyone who's been in my tarot group. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for sharing them. I hope you've all shared. Don't forget to press share, even though it's a bit late, but if you just share this now, if you could do that, and if you could put lots of love hearts, that would be fantastic as well. Thank you for joining. That's 1 hour 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Just messaged you a picture about 3. Oh, thank you, Fiona. So we've just had 1 hour 3 minutes and 3 seconds. So I'm going to say thank you tonight. Wonder if it's because of the 9 portal. Yes, the 9 portal. It's the end of one, and I'm celebrating. I'm going thank you, thank you, thank you, as I'm moving on to me. Have a great evening, whatever you do. Take care. Namaste. Bye, 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 bye.